Is there a dress that you haven't worn or an outfit, a fur coat, a pair of shoes, whatever, that you haven't put on because you haven't found the right occasion to wear it? And following up that question, is there a restaurant that you really want to go to? Like you have it saved on Google Maps in a specific list, but you haven't gone to it because you feel like it's a date night restaurant or you need a special occasion and it's not your anniversary yet. It's not, you haven't gotten a promotion, it's whatever. So you've decided that you're just not going to go. Because when I was thinking about it, both of those things are true. I have a whole list on Google of places that I want to go. I have trips that I want to take that I partially haven't taken because of money, but also I've been choosing to go other places because I'm waiting for a specific person to go with, or things in my closet that I look at it and I'm like, dang, I've had these shoes for 2 years and haven't worn them anywhere other than inside my house because it just didn't feel like there was the right occasion. And I think myself, but also my friends, were kind of in a space where it feels like we're trying to stop waiting for an occasion to do stuff. I think especially, if you're someone who works a traditional job, which the majority of us do, you're like waiting for the weekend a lot. It's 5 days out of the week where you're working, and then maybe after work you read a book, you might do some exercise, you go to the gym or walk your dog if you have one or whatever. But other than that, it's like pretty mundane stuff that you're doing during the week, and then you have 2 days to really enjoy yourself. And it feels like part of Saturday is spent recovering from the week, and part of Sunday is spent thinking about how much you're going to hate the week to come. And per usual, I was thinking about this, and if you guys are anything like me, I wonder if it's a black family thing or if it's just a old people thing. But did you guys, like, grandparents have a china cabinet with a bunch of dishes that nobody could touch because they're special occasion dishes, but it's been like 30 years and no one has used the dishes because they're like nice or china? I think in like a weird way, I think that's such a good example of what I'm talking about. Like, there are nice things that we have that are like largely meant to be used. Now, obviously, there's an exception to everything, right? It could be collector's items or whatever, but in this example of like your grandma's china, you have whole sets of dishes. It's not like they're being displayed, they're closed off in a dusty cabinet somewhere, and nobody can enjoy the beauty and the craftsmanship of those dishes because there hasn't been an occasion. But it's like, okay, and none of these anniversaries, none of these, grandchildren being born, none of these, I don't know. There's so many occasions and none of them are like enough for us to be able to use the china. I feel like I'm harping on this china thing, but the overall message here is just, why are there so many things that we put off waiting for the perfect occasion when we really don't have to? Like, the occasion could be Wednesday. One of my friends sent our group chat a message that was like, I can't wait for the occasion to go to this place. And I'm like, Wednesday sounds like a great occasion. And what I'm really grateful for with my friends right now specifically is, like I said, it seems like we're trying to focus less on just like, let's try to get everything done in the weekend. when it's like we could see each other on a random Thursday. And we did. We went to dinner last night. It was so cute. It was so cute to not have to wait until Friday, Saturday, or Sunday afternoon, because Sunday evening, nothing happening, but Friday, Saturday, or Sunday afternoon to do stuff with your friends when that's like, I'm really bad at fractions, but that's a large portion of your week that basically can't be spent doing what you want to do, like the things that make you happy. And especially because things are made to be used, like physical things. They're obviously, like I said, maybe you don't want to wait on something for a specific occasion that's not a physical thing. Maybe it's a trip. Maybe it's going on a walk with your friends on a random Tuesday. Whatever it happens to be, but specifically with physical things, it's like we spend money, we spend resources buying these things, making sure that they're safe and sound, whether it's closet space that we're using, space on a shoe rack. It could be a whole china cabinet that we bought for dishes that we're never going to use. And not only is it wasteful for like the resources themselves, but also the money we're spending. And then you don't even get the enjoyment out of it that the thing is meant for. And it's so funny. I saw this video a while ago, again, before I deleted TikTok. And I actually might have seen it on YouTube Shorts anyway, but that's kind of irrelevant. Where this girl threw a nowhere to wear this to party, and she invited all her friends to wear stuff that they did not have an occasion to wear stuff to. And I thought it was the cutest idea because some of her friends, I think one of them came in like a costume that she bought for some super specific party. One of them came in her college graduation gown because she's like, I spent too much money on these student loans and I have nowhere to wear this gown. Some of her friends wore like ball gowns. One of them was in a big old fur coat. It was just... And then there were a couple like crazy ones. Like somebody had like some like gremlin house shoes and just like whatever. But I love stuff like that. Because why are we hoarding things that were like meant to bring us happiness in the first place? And again, nuance, right? There's always exceptions to the rule. Sometimes you buy something just like for the heck of it, for the gag, for the plot, right? But a lot of times there are things that we buy where it's like, oh my gosh, I love these pair of shoes. I don't know where I'm going to wear them. I don't know what I'm going to wear them with, but I need these shoes. And then you get them and they sit in your closet. Or you inherit a beautiful fur coat from your grandmother who inherited it from her mother. And it's now, again, sitting in your closet. And I understand, holding certain things dear, not wanting to get things dirty, not wanting to whatever. But I feel like you respect the item and you also, in a way, kind of respect yourself more when you allow yourself to enjoy the things that you or somebody else has worked for in order for you to have it. I also think I saw, where was it? Was it a book? Was I reading? I don't remember, but I saw somewhere that was like, deferred joy is joy denied. And I don't know about y'all, but there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in my life. There's a lot going on around me. I feel like there's too much going on to defer joy for something like that. Obviously, like delayed gratification is a real thing that probably more of us should exercise, but for the most part, like if there's a random occasion to add just 10% more happiness to your life, 2% more happiness to your life, even if it's just for the night, like who cares if you go to a nice restaurant in a big old fur coat on a Thursday? Cares? Like, actually, who cares? Would you care if somebody walked into a restaurant in a big fur coat? on a Thursday and you're there with your friends, I mean, you might look, you'd be like, okay, all right then, I see you, right? But like, is it really going to make that much difference to you? So why would it matter to anyone else if you walked into this place in a big fur coat? It's such a random example I chose. I don't know how y'all put up with me in these videos, but I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess long story short, something that I'm really appreciating right now and something that I'm trying to do more is not waiting for an occasion to do something. Whether it's to get together with my friends, whether it's to do something nice for myself, whether it's to wear a like randomly fancy pair of shoes to the grocery store. I feel like there are already so few things that don't cause stress in many of our lives that are like actually bringing us some level of happiness. Why not just do the thing? Why not, if you have the circumstances, why not wear the shoes? Why not call your friends and be like, I know it's Monday, but do you want to go to dinner? You want to go on a walk? Let's go to the park. I feel like that's where I am right now. It's just soak in and take every opportunity to bring yourself just a smidgen more happiness. And that's where I am. So I'm not going to keep yapping too much. If you don't know, my name is Alexis. I post every day, just about every day here on YouTube. Check my track record. Today is day 86, which is insane. If this resonated, if you're somebody who's interested in traveling, solo traveling, leveling up in your career, or just navigating a big life change, this is the place for you. Welcome to our cozy little corner of the internet. And I will see y'all, I think actually later today, but I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.